Darkwood to me was something that I wrote when I was like 16 for FMP, and I knew that I would never use it that year, but maybe at some point I would have to like have the ability and the equipment to film it. And this year I was like thankful enough to get everything filmed and done, just quick and easy. And I think the parts of it that I really loved was getting to like just be with my friends and film it, because the chemistry that you see on screen is real. We were having like a blast, just like filming stuff, messing around, and to like make it into like a full kind of, well, full 7-minute film is just like a pleasure. And I'm not saying this is like the greatest short film ever, like it has its flaws, but I still think that just the way that it's written was sincere, and that all of the things that inspired it, because there's a lot of things, like I wrote this when I was 16, 17, not like a big difference, but still. I would just listen to Alex G, who played Night in the Woods, and all of these kind of things, and I loved watching like horror films about people my age at the time, and those things really inspired it and were great. The filming itself was really quick, everything was going smoothly until the very last shot, like the last 2 shots, the camera died with no way of charging it, so I had to use a backup camera. The kind of thinking there was that I couldn't film anything, and that, you know, because I was in the woods, I could like get nothing filmed, but luckily I had the backup camera, so I had to scrap like a whole 2 scenes that were gonna like play into the fact that Dennis leaves the flash on when taking a photo, which was inspired by this game that I saw. I haven't played it, but I saw that bit and I just absolutely loved it, and I wanted to put it in a short film.
The main thing I love about Darkwood is the perfect blend of horror and comedy that really encapsulates Harry Menzies' vision of what it really means to have like a really captivating short film. And obviously it's a really lovely thing to be a part of as well. You know, he's such a great director, really fun setting up scenes as well. Especially my scene with the kind of crazed doodles on the wall behind me, if you've noticed. That lot of effort, but it was really fun to set up with him, and really fun direction as well, like the slurping scene. That was great comedy, and a really fun experience all around. You are hungry.
I believe Harry as a director was very distinctive in that he made sure we had a very comfortable working environment, very well acquainted with my team, especially the co-staff, the actor Alfie, Aidan. He was very kind throughout, and as a director he made sure that the story and the characters had lots of depth to them, so they're very interesting sort of arc to them. My character Dennis had quite a interesting story that I was very invested in, starting as the sort of like punk, aggressive sort of team leader, only to then have such a tragic end to him. I think that it was a very good story, and Harry was very distinctive as a director as well.
This film is a prequel to the entire knowledge of the known universe, and a sequel to a new film, Meat Puppet Heaven, that I'm working on. And I think it kind of fits in, once all the pieces are together, I think it fits in really perfectly. And I got to use like all of my friends' just pictures in like mugshots. So even though they couldn't be in the film, not mugshots, missing posters, even though they couldn't be in the film, I still loved the fact that they were just able to be in it in that way. And so this film is like really kind of special to me. I mean, I got my dad in it as well. That was a fun shooting day, you know. And I get to just to work with all of these people that I've known for years through like school or like somewhere else. And I think that's like really what kind of makes Darkwood like kind of special to me, is the chemistry in nearly all the scenes is real. Like, it was just me and my friends just kind of like messing around and filming something fun. And I think that's what kind of makes short films like these, where you have chemistry between all of the actors. I was originally going to get someone from the drama department, but then Henry Gubby, who plays Dennis, he said he was free to shoot for 1 day, and so I just I said to the actor, like, dude, I'm sorry, I can't like film with you and the day because you were busy, so I got Henry instead, and I think the final film and the chemistry between Alfie and Dennis just turned out great because of that.
I think the entire thing was really intelligent, is the word I'd use to put it. Because Harry had this way of coming up with these two characters that were made in mind of the actors as well. Because, for example, with Alfie, that's Aidan, right? You can tell the way he phrases things, the way he acts is very similar, catered towards this actor's specific skill set, which I think is really impressive. And then also the tie-ins, like the phone call, the cuts between the phone call and coming back, that was really well done as well in my opinion. I'm not like a film director or anything, but that was really impressive in my eyes. And then the ending as well. This was a long filming process because it starts off midday-ish. You get to the end and it's dark time, right? And Harry, the way he set it up, right? Because unfortunately there was a small budget, but to compensate for that, he uses the environment, like the night time, to kind of portray the violence and the mystery of, oh, who's this villainous character that we've kind of come to find? And instead of investing thousands like a big scary costume and, I don't know, pyrotechnics or whatever, we just use the nighttime. We have these like scary sounds in the back, you know, it's just really build the atmosphere and kind of set the scene, right? And honestly, I think it all ties together really nicely. Like, even with the title cards, it really sets this theme of like a childish kind of enjoyment, kind of innocence, whimsical in the beginning, and it slowly becomes more and more messed up until at the end you've got, spoilers I guess, a character dying and this tragic scene of his best friend like trying to get help for him after he's been unfortunately attacked. And I feel like the contrast is jarring in a thrilling way, and I think that's really impressive. That's a challenging thing for a director to accomplish, so good job to Harry.
I thought the film was amazing. I thought that Harry's creativity and directing, ability really showed through when he was making the movie, and the way that he instructed me and my co-star Henry to do all our lines was really good. He made the filming environment very positive and very comfortable, and yeah, I think Harry is a great person. And I thought another thing which I thought was really good was Harry's distinctive filming style. He kind of put like centerfold, with the drone shot. He put like a lot of effort into making that good, and like the color kind of composition was also amazing. I think, I think Harry's distinction in filming, it really made the film good and really made us, stars, happy filming with him.
I remember when Ryan, who plays Frank, came over, he just walked in and he saw the papers all stuck to the wall, and there wasn't enough to fill in the frame, so it was just me and him for like good 15-20 minutes just scribbling on pieces of paper to stick to my bathroom wall, and I will kind of always treasure that little memory.
My first thought was, what the hell is going on? Because it's just something really weird to, walk in and see. Like, I get called over, Ryan, you want to come do this scene with me? I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll come, I'll be Frank again. Put the old boots back on. And I come in and I just see these crazed Zodiac, like, posters on the wall, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm representing this. This is a culmination of who I'm meant to be, and it's overwhelming, It's a bit of pressure to put on a good character, good performance, but it's really inspiring as well, really imaginative, really creative. I like how you came up with that. I don't know where it came from, but I really respect the creative vision there.
Well, I think what made Darkwood so special was you obviously had the different settings and the planning process from the writer and director, and the actors obviously played their part, and they made a lot of effort in terms of making sure the story was well told, and you got real feeling for sort of foreboding in the woods. So yeah, that's what made it stand out for me.
I thought my character Alfie was he was a incredibly difficult character to play due to the sheer amount of depth the script and everything kind of gave him. It was a struggle for me as an actor to kind of portray some of those layers because I'm not super experienced. So getting a character written in such a masterful way and trying my best to like convey that to the screen, it was very difficult for me, and it was definitely a challenge and really stretched my acting skills.
He's a mystery, isn't he? He's a fun one. Because you don't really find out much about him, but as you see in the other short films, his character ties together in these kind of pieces, and you kind of figure out, okay, this is really weird guy, but he has a lot to do with kind of the story. He's almost like an overarching figure that is obviously like a regular character. I'm not saying he's a god or anything. No suggestions, that'd be a fun inclusion. Obviously I'm free to act, you know. No, but yeah, no, I really like how mysterious he is. He seems to know a lot more than he lets on, you know. So I appreciate that a lot.
I thought it was a good premise in terms of obviously the killer and obviously the two boys going after him in the woods. It had a good sort of background story that you perhaps didn't see in the film itself, but you obviously kind of knew that they could potentially be walking into a trap, but they didn't stop to they wanted to try and find the truth.
I know you two are Alfie Maker, Dennis Leary. If you say anything to anyone about this, I'll kill you. Now get out of here!
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I played a small role in that. More of a hand actor than a full-time actor. But no, it was good to be the serial killer. Obviously, quite an interesting part, and enjoyed it.
I think the fact that most of these people are going away to uni, I won't see them in a while, and this was kind of like the last big kind of hangout between all of us, is kind of sad, but I think it makes this film really special because it's kind of documented like last hangout between all of us.
It's bittersweet. It's a nice send-off. It was really fun to do, you know, really fun to get everyone around, kind of, you know, the comedy of the boom mic situation with Arif coming in, full tailored suit into a Burger King to hold a boom mic.
Year 7 shoes.
And the Year 7 shoes, the plimsolls. So that was really fun filming process, really fun to see you guys. But it is kind of sad as well, to, you know, to not really gonna have many opportunities for this sort of thing to happen again. But I'm sure there'll be like times you can kind of figure something out, so I'm not too upset about it. But it's overall, it's a nice culmination of everything. Like, obviously our chemistry is real friends, right? It's not like, oh, we've picked actors from here and there, throwing them together, act like you know each other. We really know each other, and you can see that in like the portrayal of these characters in the movie. And I think that's a really special thing to have as well, really special bonds, you know, between us. So yeah, I think that was really nice. It's going to be sad not being able to do it as much, but I feel like there'll be more opportunities. Even if it's not all of us, we can work around things, and if not, we can always look back at this as a really nice experience, really fun sort of get together. So yeah.
Yeah, wanted to find the film obviously with the full cut, and thought it was really well thought out of, and obviously had all different sort of aspects of sort of how they got to where they were going, and obviously the different sort of in the darkness of the wood, going into sort of through the day, and then as you got more into the film it got darker and darker in the woods. I don't know if that was supposed to be part of the film, but it kind of made sense as you got more into the film as it went along. it got darker, not just in the woods, but darker in its premise and things.
And my friend Matthew, he came in and took behind the scenes photos. He was only there for like an hour, but it was still fun spending time with all of these people to make something that I can actually use in a college course. And I've made other films that aren't for college, but kind of connected this one, Internal Orders of Known Universe and Rooftop Runner. And I am really starting out with like making short films, so it's not like a perfect film. But I really hope to like make more of these kind of films in the future. And yeah, that's kind of it.
Word on that.
You just want? Is he Dennis? Is the camera Dennis?
Yeah, sure.
Dennis, I love you.
Oh yes.
Actually, I want to close them up.
This is for the back takes or whatever.
Yeah.
Me scarfing down your crisps.